Listen. Do you mind if I put my 2 cents in?
No, honey, I don't mind. Call the police immediately.
I don't get it.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes? Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Why have you come with me? Rain.
Where's my dough?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. It's your host, Chuck Allen, with your host, Uncle Freezy, coming to you live January 30th, ladies. Wow, the month of January is almost over. One more day. Vibrant ones. How y'all doing this morning? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Tired. You can see it in my face, man. I'm tired.
Yeah, man.
Right. I just gotta get my energy up, man. I gotta get my energy up. And just real quick, Soulfinger DSJ, man. I threw the link in the chat just in case. We're gonna talk about some stuff today, man. If y'all got some time, man, to jump in and share y'all stuff with us, man. Come on in. Generally, we try to add people that's familiar, people that we know. So if we don't know you yet, man, get to know us. And then at some point, man, we'll open the door to you. We just want to make sure that we don't, trolls don't try to come in and rock the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Well, let's get that energy up by playing a joint. Let's play a joint.
All right, let me see. Let me get one. Let's play our man joint. Okay, let's play our guy joint.
Yeah. Yeah. Shorty, let me holler at you. Girl, it's the way you walk. Command attention. It's all about your vibe. Your true intention. I call you good goddess. You're misunderstood. Cause you're from the hood. From first eye contact, I knew I had to have that. Had a feeling you were something special. Didn't know if I could match that. You draw a crowd just to say hi. You make it happen, you stay fly. You big and everyone know. If I was a stock, you would raise mine. Even with a t-shirt and sweats on. Girl, you work it for me. Don't matter what they say about you. Baby, you're perfect to me. It's the way you walk. Command attention. It's all about your vibe. Your true intention. I call you good goddess. You're misunderstood. Cause you're from the hood. That Dominican girl. East African queen, call you my cinnamon girl. Sweet like grandma Copper. You were a #1 prospect. Even if you're raised in the projects. And you got the whole game on lock. Cops and robbers. They'll build an altar, you're so bomb. You shoot them down so calm. You don't be playing no games. But sexy in jerseys you throw on. I'm your soldier, I will march in line. You know it's your world. Let me hit you with that more in line. You go, girl, it's the way you walk. Command attention. It's all about your vibe.
say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I would love to be the one that holds you, console you in times of grief, and listen when you're trying to speak. Your smile, it brightens up the darkest moods, and looking in your eyes is like gazing at the stars and moon. Just thinking about you, damn, I can hardly move. The depths of my feelings are hard to convey. Like trying to catch fish at the edge of a bay. Like I'm caught in an infinite wave. Cause even when you do the simplest things,
Just call you her goddess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to our guy DSJ, man.
DSJ,
that is a joint, man. Still never disappoints.
I wish I had some J Boogie stuff. I think it's because of some stuff, man. J Boogie, if you watch him, I want to play some J Boogie stuff, man. But YouTube be tripping. I got a copyright thing on Lawrence Tears for what's that, Friday morning? And that's not related to J Boogie. It was related to something I played off Twitter, just like a NBA video clip. And it was in public domain, and I still got an alert for it. And YouTube, YouTube is, and it was in public domain. I figured it was fair use.
It should be fair use.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, it is. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure it out, man. But things are what they are, man. So Chuck, so instead of me tripping about what's the name, man, I ain't gonna do. Oh, you sent me something, man. I ain't even see it. My bad, Chuck. I ain't even see it. I didn't see it till just now. I'm gonna download it. I want to download it. Okay, I want to download it. It's not. Okay. Okay. Hey Chuck, I'm gonna disappear real quick. I'm gonna work on this while you write the spot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vibrant ones, man. How y'all doing this morning? Salute to all our people in the building. We got DSJ in the building. We got Soulfinger 1-2 in the building. Yeah, man, we're having a tough time, man. It's just been one of those. It's been one of those weekends, ladies and gentlemen. I'm definitely feeling a little sluggish today, but it's Monday, man. It's money making Monday. You gotta shake off the blues of the weekend, man, and get it popping, because it's Monday. You heard?
Yeah. I'm trying to get it, Chuck. I'm not for sure why it won't.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
So we so over the weekend, some interesting things. I had a random thought.
You have a random thought, bro?
Yes.
Hey, so real quick, Chuck has a random thought. Let me find the random thought thing just real quick. So let's play a random thought animation. Give us time, and then we'll jump right in.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire.
All right. Sometimes I get lost in that, bro. That joint is so fire.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get lost in it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Shout out to everybody involved in that track, man. Um, I was about to say Grand Canyon, but that's not it.
King Canyon?
Say that again, King Canyon.
Yeah,
Canyon.
Yeah.
That record is just is hot. I'm not gonna say we blew it up, but I remember what those views looked like when you first discovered it and then passed it on to me.
Yeah.
I immediately hit that share.
Yeah.
And now, man, I think that thing's up to like 30,000.
Get out of here.
I ain't lying, man.
That thing was at 1,200 views?
Yeah.
That thing was like at 1,200 views. Now, Chuck, I ain't gonna lie. I think about 800 of them views is me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I ain't gonna repeat. I just looped it. Pardon me. I looped it and I was just rocking out to it, man. My man that singing is Son.
I forgot my man's name.
Oh man, I can't think of my man's name. I want to give him some props. The vocalist. Man, his voice, man.
Right.
His voice different. This is his own unique thing, and I hate to compare it to something or put it in a category, but man, it's in Packish, Bilal-ish.
Hey, so for people that don't know, Bilal, he had this joint called Soul Sister.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
You must be my soul sister. Soul sister. Oh my, yeah. That joint was fire.
That joint was absolute fire. And if you wanted to get a little close to something, put that on.
Yeah, man.
Put that on. But my random thought today, and it occurred to me after seeing the clip of Keke Palmer revealing that she's pregnant on Saturday Night Live, right? And
Keke Palmer.
Yes. The Kill and the Bee, man, she grown up.
You talking about you sung that song with Avant?
No, that's Keke Wyatt. Keke Wyatt's on the joint with Avant.
Hey, no. Ain't Keke, what's the name? The lady that song with, you know, Keke Wyatt. Keke Wyatt is from Showtime at the Apollo.
No, that's Keke Shepherd.
Keke Shepherd.
Yeah, Keke Shepherd is the lady from Apollo.
What? I just said Keke Wyatt was the one from Showtime at the Apollo. Okay, never mind. Okay, let me stop before I go down this road. I already know where this is going already. I'm gonna just be quiet and listen. I'm just be quiet. I'll just be quiet and listen, man. Before I get hot grit sport on me for that.
Keke Palmer is from A Kill and a Bee and
Flex daughter from 101.
Say that again.
Flex daughter from 101.
No, that's Kyla Pratt.
Okay, no, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Keke Palmer is the young version of Angela Bassett. Like if Angela Bassett said that was her daughter, I believe it. But beautiful young lady. She's been cast in a couple of main roles in Jordan Peele's movies. She was just in the movie with Common, produced by Jordan Peele, called Alice. She has a very promising career. Like, I think she's the next generation of great ones. Yep, and she was in Jordan Peele's Note. She's a hood all-star in my opinion, and I think the rest of the world is about to see her talent. I think she's extremely talented. And
on what level? On what level is she better than that? Is she better than Megan Good?
Absolutely, that's not a comparison. Not even close.
Okay.
Nah, she better than Megan Good.
Megan Good was in Roll Bounce, bro.
Yeah, and she was in Friday too. The first one.
Remember? Yeah, she was in Friday at the ice cream truck.
I don't like him.
Yeah, that was her. Yeah, that was her.
I'm saying all of these wonderful things because one, I believe she's a part of that crop of relatively young, talented folks that are about to. But one thing okay, you're pregnant. Cool. Why are young women so willing to give dudes babies that don't require marriage before they have these kids? And then when this cat walk away, men ain't sugar honey iced tea.
Who is it though? Is it do we know the dude is like that, or
they already broke up before?
They already broke up?
They only been together a year and a half.
Oh.
And they broke up within that year and a half. And I'm like, and y'all about to have a baby together?
And they have an unprotected. Oh,
yes, this is terrible. This is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
And I know the few women that watch this stream will say I'm misogynistic. I'm out of my mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. As long as she's happy, why do I care? I care because she's one of these young women that other young Black women look up to and aspire to. We're the only race of people who choose their leaders based on not based on their credentials, but because they're a celebrity. And so when you have that type of influence, I'm not saying you can't have a kid, but this situation is already volatile. Okay. Like, he's already walked away one time, and you already had was on the outs with one another. Now y'all back together. Instead of building and grooming that relationship, you have a baby. And I feel like that message sends the wrong message to the young ladies that watch her, because baby mama culture is a big thing. And from a lot of baby mamas, everybody don't want to get married. Fine. I get that. I get that. But I also feel like that's a cop-out. Because a lot of people do want to get married. but they've made a series of bad choices that makes them maybe ineligible for the guy that they want to marry. You know what I mean?
How?
Because a lot of guys, a lot of younger men don't want to be stepfathers.
Ready-made family.
Right.
Yeah. Drama already stirred up. Kids already
Right.
got an attitude because their father ain't there. And then another dude step in, he got to deal with that. And then don't let them have a baby together. And then now you got the mixed family, but it can work, Chuck.
Because you could end up in a Matt Barnes situation. Like, yo, I'm not dealing with a girl with a baby father like Matt Barnes. I'll go to jail, Uncle Freezy. I'll go to jail. Like, just on a side note.
Over the Noonie? Nah, I ain't going to jail over them.
Over his disrespect. It ain't over the Noonie.
Okay.
It's over the disrespect.
Okay.
Yo, you spit in my face, you gotta die.
Yeah.
You can't spit on me, come on now. No.
Yo, you can't even spit around me like that.
I'm hitting you.
Yeah.
Even if we boys and you hard, I'm hitting you like in the chest or the arm. Like, yo, what are you doing? Because if that get on me, like we scrapping straight up and down, like it's not even that is the worst thing that you could do to someone. That's the ultimate.
Matt Barnes situation different though. Matt, see, because I know people. Listen, and no disrespect to Matt Barnes, right? And no disrespect to Steven Jackson, and these guys that come from certain places, and they have these platforms where they are allowed to flex their social media muscle.
Okay.
Even in real life situations, right? Shout out to my man RC Creative. RC Creative is in the building. What's good, boss?
Salute. Director. Yes, sir.
I just feel like some of this stuff is overblown because cats got money and they can get out of situations. If cats was like me, like that, nah, man, you got to be more careful. I understand how Matt Barnes is with his kids, right? He say that all the time, right? He say that all the time. Like, don't try to come between him and his kids, right? And a lot of us that have kids are like that, right? Matt Barnes, however, does seem to take things. I think it's less. I think there's some kid stuff there. I think there's an attachment to that woman, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think this is about.
Yes.
Yo, love is a strange thing, man. Love is a strange thing.
It is. It is.
But spitting on somebody just means it's the ultimate like low thing. Generally, I say it takes a weak man to do something. It takes a stronger man to be a gentleman, in my mind.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I always say, man, I can't control what you do. I don't go around all day, every day trying to control and police what other people. I can't control what you do, but I can control what I do. And you spit in my face, I can't control what happens. You just deal with whatever you gotta deal with. You know what I mean? But I bring up the Matt Barnes because I'm like, yo, sometimes you could run into these, situations where you have exes who can't let go, and they find every little reason to be annoying and disrespectful. I have a very good childhood friend. I would include her as family for sure. Her baby father, a guy that, hey sis, this is not a dude you should talk to. But girls like what they want, and had a baby by a guy that was the worst kind of human being ever. the first moment I met him, me and a mutual friend was like, yo, we need to go whoop his ass.
Okay.
Right. She gets married, she finds a guy, and I mean he's that dude. Like he's a man's man. You like being around him, very good energy, a man of his word. Took her kid in as his own. Baby father would disappear a year at a time. Decides to show up one night, 11:30. Show up to their house. He want to see his kid. 11:30 at night. He want to see his kid. And I watch a man check a boy. Like, don't come around here this time of night to see a kid. I'll never tell a father he can't come see his kid. But you're gonna come to my house at a better time than this. What were you doing all day? That 11:30, you showing up here. You just got off the third shift? Like, what's going on? Yo, you better talk to your friend husband, yo, because I'm gonna put a hot one in him. I was like, all right, you play with that man if you want to. You play with that man.
Hey, so he an idiot. So right off rip, he can go to jail for that. Right off rip.
Yeah.
That's assault. Right off rip. Soon as he said, soon as those words fell off his lip, he could have went to jail.
But
that's a lot of stuff people don't know. Like, you can't threaten nobody, bro.
Right.
See, assault and battery is not just you hitting somebody. That's battery.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The assault part is all the stuff that lead up to it, the threaten part, the intimidation, and the hitting part. All of that go together. That's why cats get, when cats be like, yo, I'm gonna do such and such, and then they fight around something and then put it in. Assault and battery. That's what that is, bro. So thank you, boss. So soon as he said that, I'd have called my man. Thank you. Soon as he said that, I'd have called my man like, hey man, this dude just came on. And I know there's a fine line between snitching and all this stuff, Chuck. But listen, when he said you got to protect yourself because the day come when he get all that air in his chest, and you just put them things on. When you put these things across his lip,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's already documented that this man had already came around and you was protecting yourself. It's the difference between you cutting his ass the legal way and going home, taking a shower and getting in your nice bed, and both of y'all in jail. It's a difference.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that part.
And so I'm not saying that because what I'm saying is sometimes is men like we don't know how to protect ourselves. Let me say it that way. So as he said, man, somebody said you gonna put a hot man, come on, man.
First of all, this Tyrone guy, I'm gonna call him Tyrone. Man, this guy's running his mouth. Like he wants someone to know that he's upset, and he knows that this is my friend, like family, and he thinks I'm gonna run back and tell her or tell her husband whatever. And I just looked at him. I remember being in the pool hall looking at him like, why are you talking to me? I ain't never liked you ever.
Right.
The first day I met you, you didn't want to speak. I came through with a case of Corona. You didn't even want to speak. My friend was like, "Oh, this is like my brother." Her sister was there. Her sister was like, "Yeah, this is family here." Wouldn't even shake my hand.
Right.
But was the first person in the refrigerator getting a Corona.
That's because he didn't respect you, Chuck.
And that's why he was about to get his whoop.
That's what
And it was my friend's older sister was like, yo, don't do, I just got this apartment, yo. Don't do that. I just got this apartment.
He like, yo, I ain't even gonna speak to this. I ain't even gonna speak to this dude, but I'm gonna drink his beer.
Right.
Yeah. He ain't had no respect for you, bro.
Nope. None.
Or the environment or the atmosphere.
No. This is like he's one of those people that doesn't. So, but the 11 o'clock thing became a thing that he kept doing, kept pushing until he got.
Till the man came
really
over.
Checked. He got really checked, and then he changed his attitude. Well, not even changed his attitude. We saw coming over a little bit early.
Yeah, like 9:45. He like,
yeah.
Nah, bro, you gonna come in the daytime. You're gonna be here in the daytime in the middle of the afternoon. Like, we're not gonna reschedule our family schedule because of you.
Wow.
You gonna adhere to a certain thing.
Right.
I think black people. Yeah. Well, let me just stop saying black people. I'm gonna just stop saying black people because I think people in general acquiesce to a lot of BS, bro. We acquiesce to a lot of BS because we don't know. I think because a lot of us are young in the head, right? Like, why are you talking about visiting somebody's house 11:30 at night, 9:45 at night, 8 o'clock at night? You know what I'm saying? What you should be doing is planning, like you know, you don't have to come over here. We can meet you somewhere in public. We can meet you in the park or something. You know, but
this guy, he's a 10-time loser, and that was the thing where everybody was looking at her like, yo, what are you doing? But you know, some folks you can't tell anything. And I said, listen, a situation like that, I don't wish on anyone because until that brother came along, I'm gonna call him Kenneth for the sake of the story. When Kenneth came along, it was like he helped lift the burden on her.
He did what?
He helped lift the burden off of her.
Oh,
like,
I thought you said suburban. Okay.
No.
I was like, what? What the fuck?
No.
What did I hear? Okay.
No. Like she was struggling. She got 2 kids. She's going through some other family issues that I can't speak on, but she was going through some other family issues, and he came in, and he was that dude. And I always tip my hat to him because in my eyes, I'd have looked at that situation and I would have ran so fast. Like, hey, yo.
Thanks for my job. You brought me so much joy. Yeah.
But he was a man. Like he was a man from day one. And he came in and he raised them kids as if it were his, man. Never shortened them on anything, financially, love, whatever. Even checked his parents over those kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you doing all that? Them ain't your kids? He said, yes, they are. They live in my house. So, I watched that situation and I'm like, dang, are a lot of these situations where is baby mama and baby daddy like that? Not saying if you're married you can't have issues, but
baby mamas and baby daddies, yes, it's exactly like that, Chuck.
So why encouraging women to have, you can just have a baby. You don't need to be married.
Anytime the man has to get involved in your relationship, you're gonna have issues. And I'm talking about the man. I ain't talking about a man. I'm talking about the man. I'm talking about anytime the man is involved in any of your personal stuff, you're gonna have drama. You're gonna have drama. Anytime you can't do stuff on your, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I'm not telling you how you should live your life. But then there are some of us that enjoy a democratized society. Let me say it just like that. Like, I should be getting help from everybody. Everybody should be trying to help me live my life. Right. And then there is some of us that live a American way of life. Like, I don't want help. I believe in the hardest working man, the most structured man, all of that stuff wins. Now, is there a situation where you may have to get assistance? Yes. Because sometimes the odds you face are just overwhelming and you need help.
Right.
But when it's an even playing field and you want help because the game is too hard for you, then that's just what it is. So, but when you have anytime the man is involved in your family life, you're always gonna have drama. Or most of the time, gonna have drama. Soulfinger, what's good, bro? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Soulfinger?
Yo, and so just real quick, just real quick, so in terms of the mixed family thing, I'm not saying that mixed families can't live and thrive. Shit, I grew up watching the Brady Bunch. They was a mixed family.
No, mixed families are hard. I mean, they can be hard.
Yeah.
You have some situations, not to cut you off, Freezer, some situations that are good, but then you have some situations, man, this hell on land. You know, it depends on who it is. You can have the crazy baby daddy, crazy baby mama situation, like you were saying with your homegirl that was dealing with. I mean, hell, a lot of times you get in these situations with folk, and the kids get involved. That's when somebody want to come around now when they weren't nowhere around. And then next thing you know, all hell done broke loose and somebody's acting straight donkey.
When you down, ain't nobody around to help. But then when you get up, when your kids' clothes start looking better, you know what I'm saying? You upgrade. You're not driving the 4-door Blazer with the mismatched color doors on it. You know what I'm saying? Now you driving. Now you driving. Now you got something else. Maybe you got you a Cadillac SUV or something. Now you done got out the single wide, then moved into, say, the apartments or something. Just whatever. People start coming around. Or you move out the bricks. And move into a little townhouse or something, people start coming around. Well, I want to know what's going on around here. Them is my kids. Well, them was your kids 4 years ago when we was eating treat for dinner. Now, I know a lot of people don't know what treat is, but it's when you so poor you can't even afford Spam. You got to eat treat. Just saying. A lot of people do that, bro. See that often.
But it goes to those situations could be, they don't have to be bad if everyone's mature. With the
emotionally mature.
Right.
Definitely emotionally mature. Because I know some people are physically mature and they look like dudes look like Shaq. They'd be physically mature, but then there'd be a little kid on the inside.
Right.
Had the mentality of Mikey.
Yeah.
Right. I have an aunt who had children by a gentleman. They've never been on bad terms. He's always been in my cousin's life. He got married to a woman with children. And we are in touch with all of those people to this day. Like those, they're not related to us, but we consider them family. The woman that he's married, her kids have came and stayed the whole summer with us.
What?
All 4 of their kids. And then they had 2 kids together. So that's 6. 6 kids will come pile up in my granny's house. And there's never been an issue. Because again, these are mature adults. Like, yeah, it didn't work out between us. It is what it is, but they ain't got nothing. I don't have no ill will or ill feelings towards him, and he didn't have any towards her. And so seeing a situation like that, like I'm like, yo, it could work. It can absolutely work if you're dealing with all mature adults.
How often
Keyword, Chuck, is if. If was a fifth, we all be full.
Yeah. How often y'all see mature adults? How in any situation? How often do you see? Say you got 5 adults. How many of them do you often see 5 mature adults in the same place? That's one of the things I be telling I have young adult kids, and I tell them often, bro, if you got 10 adults in the room, if you got 10 grown-ups in the room, you probably got 3 adults.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody gonna see the situation and start whining. Somebody ain't gonna like it just for the sake of they can't control it, so they don't like it.
Right.
All these different personalities is gonna be in the room, and instead of people being responsible adults, they gonna no lie. Soulfinger, think about this. How many times have you been in a Knicks chat with 100 people and you had 100 adults? Never for me.
The first of February.
Right. Chuck, you ever been that? You ever think about if you've been in a Borns Tears chat, and no disrespect to the chat or even this chat, no disrespect to y'all, right? But think about how many times you've been in a chat. Say if you've been into a real Knicks channel like Knicks Fan TV or Nothing But Knicks, right? You've been in a big Knicks chat, right? How many people in that chat are gonna be adults?
2 or 3.
They're gonna be like, they're gonna see Chuck name and just disagree with Chuck. Chuck will say something. We need to upgrade talent. What you mean, Chuck? What you mean upgrade talent? I want Damian Lillard. And then you were like, wait a minute, you disagreeing with me, but then you just go out and say the same thing I'm just saying, except with a different name.
Right.
No, I didn't.
Oh, my favorite one, Freeze. They hear bits and pieces. They have selective hearing. Hear only what they want to hear. When you come to anything, not just Knicks talk, just whatever in general. You know, case in point. Just using as an example, not trying to go down that Knicks road because that's what it's not about, but just the situation when it said, who was it? It was Doris Burke said Emmanuel quickly. He made a move in the last game, and it was Chris Paul-ish. Somebody would say, Lord have mercy, they calling him quickly Chris Paul. Yeah. That move he made was Chris Paul-ish. Yeah. She didn't say he was Chris Paul, it was Chris Paul-ish. But people hear what they want to hear. They take what they want to take and run with it because it's so jaded and whatever it is against you or whatever individual or the situation in hand, just like you were saying, being in the room with an adult. You know, I don't like Freezy because I don't like the kind of glasses he wears. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I don't like Chuck. I don't like Chuck because I don't like that little bebop he rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just little stupid stuff like that. You know, if you don't get mad, go get the glasses like Freezer. That's what you really want to do. Get you a little bebop like Chuck got on. Yeah. So you can have a bebop and a glasses like Freezer, and then you have the best of both. This is that people just don't like to see other people shine, and a lot of times somebody's shining doing their own thing. But when you stuck down, you know, up on Skid Row, stuck in the mud, and everything is good. But once you see somebody come up, and it's just one of those things, like you said, it was no problem when you was living in that trailer or you was living up in them projects over there with
It was
Bad
all
and Two
good
Pennies
just a week
rubbed
ago,
together. Oh,
to quote some rapper from
oh yeah,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We done hijack Chuck thing, bro. You see how we done hijack Chuck thing? We just took
Nah,
Chuck
man.
topic and just
Nah, because that conversation is multi-layered, but I just don't like this whole baby mama culture that's going on. Like I saw something a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, where these two young ladies, two young girls, young 20s, go to Miami, right? And they get pregnant by somebody. They don't know who, because they had unprotected sex with multiple men
right.
on the trip, and they're both in the mirror showing off their baby bumps, talking about girls trip, baby mama, hashtag baby mama season. And I said, what? Hey, man.
Well, Chuck, look at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, look at it like this. That whole thing with Kim Kardashian. How did she become famous? See what I'm saying? It's that type situation. Excuse me. If I sound funny, fellas, because I'm fighting off a head cold. But it's that whole situation. It's it's like a lot of the ones you named. It's the lack of respect for themselves, and it goes both ways. I'm not gonna just say it's all women. It's cats too. You see, like one cat, he was one man had produced 33 kids by 11 different women.
Yeah.
See, that's thankful. See, if you'd have said 30 kids from 30 different women, I'd have been like, okay, I know who I'm dealing with. Right. But when you say 33 kids, 35 kids from 11 different women, see, that's the women's fault, because they had multiple kids from the same dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, both of them sound disgusting, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you, yeah, man. I mean, but then I say that, and I say that like with the mindset that my family come from that, bro. That you talking about my family members now, bro. When you talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, kids all around the world. Yeah. So I got yeah. When you talking about relatives with kids all around the county, they in all over the place. They in Florence County, Horry County, Dillon County, Dolan County, Lumberton.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Always. I got a cousin that got a kid in every school district. You know what I'm saying?
God. Ciao.
Like, yeah. All in Columbia. All, you know what I'm saying? St. Andrews, Dutch Fork, Irmo, Lexington, Orangeburg. Yeah, all over. Yeah, all over, bro. Hey, man, ride with me. I got to drop this. Ride with me down to Orangeburg. I got to drop this cashier check off to this girl. What? Yeah. And while we down there, my man trying to holler. We in the IGA picking up some Roger. Well, y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all live up north. Man,
I just got a package of them. I just got a package of them from some folks that came from down there. That and some pudding. So yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. But
I literally just got that the other day.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but he dropped the cashier check off. We stop in the IGA, and he hollering like, I can't believe that you out here working. Why you ain't at home taking care of nobody? You know what I'm saying? Just my cousin just hollering, holding up the line.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. People, it ain't just the men, it's women too. Women got to cooperate. It's not like a man thing. It's an everybody thing.
Yeah.
But
I know a cat that had like 11, 12 kids back at the crib. And I'm like, you know, I had because the homeboy had my other homeboy was giving him a ride, and he said, man, I swear every street corner we stopped at, it was like, hey daddy,
Yeah.
hey dad. I said, oh, they just calling you that, or those? He said, no man, I'm my actual kids. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know, can't you know people like that? You like, bro, I can't trust you to pull back the car out the driveway, man.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is, though. Don't nobody. I mean, it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, he pressing it on somebody. People doing it together.
No. Well, then you get those individuals that try to think they can change somebody as well. Oh, she ain't like that, I can change her. Or he ain't like that, I can change him. You know.
Yeah.
So a lot of aspects you got to call it like it is, man. And there's good. There's not to get on I'm not getting on my soapbox, but you have to look at everything as a whole, man. You know what I'm saying? You knew that laying down with somebody, for instance, this was my situation before. I remember I was this was my younger days out here in the, we stopped going. We had this one spot out here called the Ministry, right? And this club was on point out here in Dago. I mean, it was on point, but it was so popping that it would be packed in the club, but the parking lot be just as packed.
Yeah.
It was one of them type deals. So, the cats I was rolling with, this was my day. I used to drink, man. I used to drink like a fish. I couldn't smoke none because I was in, I was in the military at the time.
Yeah.
So, but I drink like a.
But I will turn your bottles inside out, though. Yeah.
Boy, look at here. Look. So, I was already faded when I got up there and had a little bit more. And I'm talking to this one joint and got to talking. And I'd be honest, I first became a daddy at the age of 21, excuse me. And me and the mom split after about a year and a half or whatever. I'm taking care of mine. But here I am, single cat, out there, and I'm talking to chick, and she right off the rip, I mean, she was long drink of water too. Amazon, that joker was long and thick. I was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, I mean, chocolate, bro, like a Hershey's chocolate bar. Like, yes, sir. So I'm hollering at her and got to talking to her. Where you stay at? Oh, I live with my mom's right now. Oh, okay, cool. I ain't tripping about that. In my head, where my mind's at, I was like, I got a car or whatever. It's not. I come down here today. I'll give me a room. I'm not staying with one of my homeboys. So I'm about to get a room. Ain't no problem. Thinking this to myself. And so let's go there. She said, yeah. I said, yeah, you and your mom? Said, yeah, my mom, my 3 kids. So like, oh. And
easy. That's that Louisiana. That's that.
Hey.
That's that Louis. I ain't never saw that, bro. It's Soulfinger. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first time I ever heard the word baby daddy was in Louisiana. Right. Chuck, just real quick, Chuck, before I get started, I got it. In the club, I think I'm somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Soulfinger, I'm boxing. I'm in these special platoons and things in the military. So I'm doing PT 4 times a day, right? So I'm going doing boxing training, doing regular PT with my unit, right? Leave there, do PT with a group, then go to boxing training 2:00 in the afternoon, and then go back to the motor pool to finish my day, right? By the time I get off work, I should have been dead.
Shape.
Excellent shape, bro. I'm talking about like maybe 5% body fat, maybe, right?
Yes,
maybe
using shape.
Right. So I was so they had me listed at 6'5", 212. Right. So I was just ripped, like muscle stuck on top of muscle. We outside of this club, right? In this city, right? And the music bumping, like, and I'm standing there. I got Chuck. You remember them nylon shirts? Remember the shirts? You could just take it off and put it in your pocket. Remember the stretchy shirts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had one of them.
I remember them joints.
I didn't have it on. I'm just standing there with no shirt on. Right. Girls is like just walking by, just running their fingernails on my stomach, just like, well, hey man, hey. Like, hey, we gonna do it when we get inside? Yeah. So this chick bumps me. Boom. I turn around and Chuck, no lie, this girl looked like she was 17 months pregnant, right? But she had on her club dress and these stiletto heels. I almost knock off. I catch her. Like, hey, easy. And so she's like, hey, you just gonna knock me over? You know who I am? And I'm like, know who you are? And I'm looking like, no. And she says, I'm Robert Pack, baby mama. And her friend says, yeah, that's Robert Pack, baby mama. And I'm like, Robert Pack?
Yeah, it's celebrity status for down that way.
I'm like,
Okay,
who the hell? I'm thinking in my mind, who the hell is Robert Pack? And then you talking about the dude play for the Nuggets. It don't know me like the dude, he was, Chuck, you remember Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? Remember him?
Yes.
His backup.
Oh, yeah.
His backup is the girl, is who she was referring to. And I'm like, Robert Pack, baby mama. And I'm thinking, okay, 22 months pregnant, Robert Pack, club in Louisiana. I said Alexandria, but it's actually another place. I don't want to give it away, right? And this chick is on stiletto heels 3 inches high. So I'm like, okay, this chick is 47 months pregnant in high heel shoes, and she said a term that I had never heard before. Robert Pack, baby mama. And we laughed all night because we had never heard such a ghetto term in all our life. Because, you know, I grew up in the tri-state area where a lot of people at the time was like trying to talk out of the gutter. Even though we was from the gutter, we tried to talk like we wasn't from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? So when we heard, I'm like, Robert Pack, baby mama. What in the world? And so if we could just real quick, I gotta do something real quick, but real quick. So I leave there, man. I go to New York. I go on leave, and I'm standing outside this club in New York City. I don't want to say where it is, but it's somewhere between Harlem and the Bronx, New York, just somewhere in that area. I don't want to give it away. Just I'm standing there without a shirt on, and I bump into a dude, and Mo like, you tell this story all the time, but I promise you, I had never told this story before. So I'm standing there, and these girls are screaming, like girls are walking over, yo, that's him. And I see them walking towards, I'm in Chuck. I mean, it's like 80 or 90 women screaming their hands up. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. It's him. And at the time, I just know they talk about me. You feel me? I'm out there without no shirt on, and I bump a dude, and the dude looks me dead in the eyes. It's like this smoke black dude with Chinese eye looking dude. He's like, yo, son. I'm like, what do you call me? He's like, yo, this dude looks me. Now he looks me in the eyes. He looked familiar. He about dark as our background. He got like these Chinese eyes, and I swear I saw him somewhere before, right? My cousin grabbing on me like, yo, you know who that is? And I'm like, yeah, sir, do you know who I am? And my cousin's like, nah. Do you know who that is? I'm like, does this dude know who I am? Right? Now, mind you, I'm fresh off of boxing in the military, excellent shape. Now I'm a fatty. Now I'm looking down at, I look like melted ice cream now, but back in the day. So the girls are coming, and I feel they walk by me, and everybody go feeling all over him. And I'm like, shit, my body better than his. They scream at girls as Chuck, they touch him and faint. Like I saw this girl legit touch his body and just start shaking and fainted, fell on the floor, fell on the ground. I'm like, these chicks crazy. How they gonna walk past Uncle Freeze? I'm him. Right? And I hear this girl say, Oh my God. So now I want to fight this dude. Now I want to fight because all the chicks walk past me and this dark chocolate dude, he out there and he flexes. And then like these security guards come and whisk him away and he looked back at me and point. And I was like, you pointing at me? Yo, my cousin have to hold me back. So they security have to hold me back. They don't allow us in the club. My cousin is allowed in the club. I got to stand outside and wait because I got a beef with a Ralph Lauren model named Tyson Beckford. So I bump into a dude. Anybody remember this dude?
Yeah, they used to go crazy over Tyson Beckford. They fall out. You say his name, they pass out, like hyperventilate. You gotta get up, hand them paper bags and stuff just so they can breathe when you say Tyson Beckford.
Yeah, they faint. But I'm like, what's this dude got over me? And then I look, he the most handsome dude you ever saw. He all chocolate, he all ripped, he got money. And then some random dude that just do push-ups all the time is out there thinking he's somebody. Actually, Uncle Freezy was a nobody, trying to be somebody. Chief rock of the party. That was me trying to, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was my Tyson Beckford story, Chuck. I was gonna fight him in front of this club that everybody that used to always get mentioned in the source. My cousin was like, yo, just go out here. My cousin was working at the airport at the time, had a whole ton of money, bro. Bunch of that airport money. By the time I got there, I didn't have that bread like that, but he looked like he had money. So everywhere he went, everywhere my cousin went, Cass like, come on in, come in. You know what I'm saying? Fingernails all manicured, outfits immaculate. Stay in Woodbridge Mall, stay in Newport Center. You know what I'm saying? You know, dapper cat, super handsome, well-spoken, bread, used to pay off security. Like, you know how you get to the club and security be like, no, ain't nobody else coming in. And this dude would just slip the bouncers like $400. Like, come on in, y'all. Y'all come this way. And in case y'all, man, to slip a bouncer $400 in 1990, 1989,
you balling out of control.
That's bread, bro. Bread.
Yeah, you balling out. Yeah, that's bread. You are balling out of control. They looking at him like, ooh. Yeah, give him whatever he wants.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Chuck. So your man's was so arrogant. Also, in the 90s, bro. In the 90s, in the early 90s, I don't think there was another person more confident in themselves than your man, Uncle Freezy, bro. Nobody. And ask me why. I swear to God, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, hey Chuck, I'm a dip, man, so I can get ready to do the morning drive. You and Soul Finger gonna hang out for a little. Y'all still want to talk about Tyree in Memphis? You muted, boss.
Hang out for a little bit. Whatever, Chuck. I'll hang out with you for a little bit, Chuck. If you want, if not,
hey, Chuck,
ain't no
Chuck
thing.
Muted.
Oh dang! I didn't realize I was muted. Like, yeah, okay, all right, we can rock.
All right. I'm gonna disappear for a few minutes, but I'll be right back.
Just to put a bow over this conversation. If you're just joining us, thank you for joining Vibes and Stuff Live in the morning. This is your host Chuck Allen with your host Uncle Freezy and guest Soul Finger 1-2. You heard. The topic of conversation today was baby mama culture. I saw the Saturday Night Live monologue where Keke Palmer revealed that she was pregnant. And I was like, wow, we have a lot more women these days who would rather be baby mothers than a wife with children. Because at the end of the day, If the situation does not work, then it becomes Minnie sugar honey iced tea. And in her particular case, we've already seen that in their year and a half of being together, they've already broken up. They already split up once, right? So bringing a baby into the world with a relatively young couple who's already was on the outs with one another before is a recipe for disaster. Now, not saying that it has to be, but it's definitely a recipe for disaster. And I noticed that a lot of women are taking this route, and it's very discouraging to me. Because that baby mama club becomes very large.
Yeah.
And when you tell or when you encourage younger women, don't wait till you're old, just have babies. There are men out there that don't mind being stepfathers. But there are more men out there that want to be the father of their own kids.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I know some people with great stepfathers. And they love and respect their stepfather. There's been situations where I've seen, the stepfather's a good man, but the kids are jackasses because it's not their father. Like, how you going to disrespect this man and this man came and bailed you out with his money? Your daddy ain't nowhere to be found.
I say to, anybody. So the thing is, I would hate the word father when it comes to certain situations. Charles, I'm not a father. I hate to get that word. I'm a dad. I'm a daddy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can father a child, but it takes a man, it takes a dad is different than a father. Anybody can lay down and father a child. You can make a baby. But it's the cat that's gonna be there through all the hell and everything else these kids take you through. And I know situations like that, man, where you have a good cat and he's there, but the kids are just, the kid or kids are just hell because it's not their biological. Even though a lot of it is, some of the kids are mad because the biological ain't there. They taking everything out on the man that is there. Or you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me this or this and that. And then when a cat gets to the point where, and the cats get to the point where he's like, you know what, I'm done. I'm out. And you have some situations. I mean, there's so many layers upon layers when it comes to this, because you got situations where the moms won't step in and say anything to the kid because of guilt. You know what I'm saying? So here you got the cat. He's sitting there fighting. You put a man in a position that's doing the right thing, that wants to be there with this woman and take care of this child or kids. And they're disrespecting him, but she's allowing it because she feels guilty because their biological ain't there. Instead of being like, hold on now, this is, okay, yeah, you know who your biological is, but this man is here with you. So, it's a whole, I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms, and that can be a whole nother discussion.
Do we know how to talk to each other though, bro?
As people, as adults?
As people, do we know how to talk to each other?
No, not really. For the most part, I'll be honest. Sometimes, I'm not the best. I'm not the greatest. I could be too direct at times. I know that. I always say I'm like a brick to the face. I just tell it like it is. I don't want to sugarcoat it because I don't want anybody sugarcoating it to me. Because when it was sugarcoated to me in the past, I wound up making some boneheaded mistakes.
I can't trust it when you sugarcoat. I can't trust it.
Right.
Yeah, I can't. But if you give it to me raw and uncut,
I think you're trying to, do something to me. Right? Like like when I feel like people trying to game me up, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, big man, let me holler at you for a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't trust this.
And see, my thing is give it to me raw and uncut. And then I'm like,
and let me make my own, let me decipher it for myself.
Yeah.
Don't try to give me baby food. I chew my own food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, the thing is because I speak from experience. My kids don't like when how I deliver, but I just tell them like it is. It's blah. And I don't, I told them, so I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you
They
what you need to
sensitive, but they sensitive though. They from a
hear.
different
Man,
era. And I'm
man.
not. I don't know them personally. I've never even spoken to them. Don't even know what
Yeah,
they
but
look like. But I'm speaking to it from experience because I have kids that is also sensitive.
hmm
You feel me? The same age range from 20 to 30. And even some of the teenagers, they I don't have no teenagers now, but I'm saying all of them from like 20 to 30,
man,
right?
look, I got, like I said, from 30 down to preteen.
Yep. And you
Well, I
gotta
might as well
talk
say
to them a
teenagers.
certain
I
way.
got two teenagers because he'll be 13 here in a couple of months, and
Right.
I'm straight direct to the point. You know,
Right.
but it's like you said, sensitive. And I've even told, and excuse my French, I'm about to say, I told him, I said, man, I tell y'all things, but y'all act softer than baby shit. You
Right.
can't be like that when people telling you something.
Talk hard,
Well,
receive soft. That's what they talk hard and
mm-hmm,
receive soft, right? Right.
mm-hmm.
And then they want us to talk soft and receive hard. Nah. Look, like how in the world can I hear like young people use the N-word every other word? N-word, N-word, N-word. These N-words out here, blah, blah, blah. Right. And say it around anybody, any race, any age, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then when you be like, hey man, pull your pants up. Why you got fingernail polish on your fingernails and you a man? Right? When you say stuff like that, then they be like, man, you can't tell. I do what? What? That's what it
I'm a
sounds like to me.
man. I'm a man. I'm a
Right.
man.
Right.
Man.
And listen, and I'm sitting up here with a white t-shirt on and a black hat. I'm as plain as whatever. And I know people believe in expression and individualism and all of that stuff, but how you believe in that and you copying what somebody else doing?
Yeah. I see it firsthand when my daughter's school, and I'm like, these little cats run around calling so hard, but everybody want to say that word. They run around saying that word, and I'm like, and it's real crazy being out here in Cali because everybody said it, calling it. I mean, it's wild. But the thing is I'm like, you call yourself being hard, and you, first of all, you don't wear I grew up in the area. We didn't wear pants up on a butt. But slid, had a little bit of, you wore them down. But I could run, and when it's time to run from the cops, which, some of us had to do,
Yeah.
you can actually get it and go, or run from get out of a situation, you can do it. How you going to do that with your pants under your butt with a belt? And then on top of it, you wearing pants that's like 4 sizes too small with a belt to hold them up.
Right.
But you supposed to be hard. And for our generation, for a lot of us, I'm looking at you like, hey, man, you in there with Fleece Johnson?
Hey, so figure to the can we explain a little something? Chuck, this might be a little bit, and this is no disrespect, but this might be a little bit before pre-Chuck, right?
Okay.
But in the 70s and 80s, bro, your waistline started at your belly button.
Mm-hmm. You sure
right?
did.
Right. So if the button on your pants had to be up to your belly button, right? And if you go back and look at pictures, like cats legit when they was taking like their pictures,
It was up to the
when
belly
you
button.
felt like when you was fly, your waistline was above your belly button, and it made your legs look super long.
Yeah,
right?
this is why when you bought a pair of jeans, if you wore a 30, let's say you wore a 31, 32, that was
Right.
legit 31, 32 because it went from your belly button down. That was
Yeah.
the way it went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It will go down. Like I said, when I used to get fitted for my tough skins, like I said, that was
Yeah, man.
bruh, when them fire retardant joints, them tough
Yeah.
skins,
Yeah.
hey, put these on. First thing they do is put them up to my belly button and coming all the way down. I'm like, man.
Yep. I remember that. Chuck, bro, like we used to put on gym shorts, bro. my homeboy, I had a homeboy named Brian, right? He was a cool dude, right? A very cool dude. But these dudes used to be like pull their shorts up all the way up to their nipples.
Yeah,
and I'm
man.
like, man, what the hell? I used to laugh at him like, yo, you wearing a belt? What's going? You a solid gold dancer? I mean, what's going on? What's going on? You need stockings? What's good?
Hey, but you know what? Think about it like this here too, fellas. Remember you were in church and remember the pants though, they didn't have the belt loop, but they had the they would fasten it. They had the button on the inside, and then you had the strap to come across in their suits. Yes. And you remember the old deacons or whatever in the church? Yeah. It looked like those pants were up, like you said, up to the nipple line or just above the belly button. But that's just how they wore their pants.
Yes.
But they weren't high waters though. That's just the way they wore.
Wasn't high waters, bro. They was not. They were bell bottom.
Mm-hmm.
From my era, it was a bell bottom. First, they was flare leg. They were flare leg. Yeah.
Or for what they call taper now. They call them taper, but they would call them peg leg back in the day.
Yep, and I remember when they used to be called elephant leg.
Elephant leg.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, man. So in this, it's one of them things now, like as the 80s, because in the 80s, probably I didn't really see nobody slack until I saw Biz Markie live. When I saw Biz Markie live in person, battling somebody, right? And he was sagging how they sag now, right? And we was like, ew. All the girls, like, he trying to holler, and the girls like, ew, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? That was back then. Like, shorties with the baby hair pressed down on their forehead. They got like, you know what I'm saying?
The toothbrush in the purse.
Yeah, they got on jellies. Remember jelly shoes?
The jellies, yeah.
Yeah, they got airbrush, like they got something like they got peaches airbrushed on their pants, and maybe like a little dude doo-wopping. It was like the airbrush era or whatever. And I saw Biz Markie was the first person. See, I saw people walk around with their pants hanging out a little bit. But Biz Markie, bro, took it to a level. We was like, ew, this here nasty. You know what I'm saying? And then fast forward like 40 years, everybody do. You can't even go in the bodega, go in the store without seeing it.
Man, it's so bad that I hate going to, like you said, you go to the barbershop, some cat walking, he comes in with his pants already like that. I want to sit down, granted anybody can sit, but I mean, it's just draws and seat.
Yeah.
Your natural ass has been on there. I'm like, man, can you put some disinfectant? I don't know where this man ass been.
Right.
Or what's been going on. I mean, if that's your lifestyle, it's your lifestyle. But to me, when I see cats like that, you advertise. Fleece Johnson is coming for you. The Booty Warrior is coming for you. You advertise them.
Yeah, man.
Like you said, you can do it the easy way, or you can do it the hard way.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro.
It's just everything, and like Chuck was saying with this whole the baby mama era, it's like, you have the baby mama club, they high five, and like you said, they high five them baby mama. It's like, yeah.
You don't need no man. You can raise that kid by yourself. You don't need no man. You're right. You can do it by yourself. Just like you can move a couch by yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn it, it's gonna be hard. Okay.
Right.
And this is probably gonna get us cut off, but Patrice O'Neal, if you haven't seen Elephant in the Room, I suggest you go watch Elephant in the Room.
Jersey City.
One of the most brilliant stand-ups of all time. I wish the brother
R.I.P.
would have been here to give us another one, but Elephant in the Room, I put it up there with any classic stand-up that you want to talk from anybody. I mean the greats. I mean Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, definitely Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle. Those guys, I put Elephant in the Room in that category. He has a segment where he says, safe sex is a woman's responsibility. You should go watch the joke. It was hilarious. But it also made you think, because in most of these baby mama situations, they'll say a man made them a single mom.
Right. But nah.
And the reality is you made yourself a single mom, because that man, unless you're telling me that man R-word you, then you gave him the green light to do what he did.
Mm-hmm.
If you look a man in his face, you ain't even gotta look him in his face. If you tell him to put a condom on and he does not, you have every right to tell him, get the F out.
Yeah, or you leaving.
Right. But if you engage in unprotected sex with this man, still, it is your fault. I know that hurts and sucks for a guy with a cat in a room on a live broadcast to be saying, but it's the absolute truth. Because if he did it to you without your consent, against your will, he should be locked up, thrown under the jail.
Yeah.
Well, because you got cats out there that say, "Well, I'm gonna have to lock this down," because the mentality is, "Come up and then I gotta." You got a lot of cats like that.
I gotta. The Knicks have a game tonight, right?
Today is Monday.
Yeah, I think the Knicks have a game tonight, but I wanted to have a conversation with y'all, about the Noonie. And I know y'all, it might make y'all feel uncomfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable talking about nothing as long as but dudes think they can break it or own it.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, they think they can break it or own it.
So I write my name in it.
Damage
it. I'm beating it up, knocking the lining out of that joker.
Yeah. Yeah, and they ain't did nothing.
Nothing. Because my thing is it goes like this. If a 5 or 10 pound baby come up out of there, bro, you ain't. Yeah. If they can accommodate a human to come up out of there, no, bro.
Yeah. Hey Chuck, I'm gonna slide.
They play on Tuesday. They play on Tuesday.
They playing.
We play on Tuesday. Yeah, we play Tuesday.
The Lakers on.
That's what I thought. We got the Lakers.
The Lakers on Tuesday. Okay, because tonight I want to do a conversation about the cat. Like, why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat?
Why was I?
Yeah. So I want to.
That thing there is a powerful thing, man.
I want to have a conversation with y'all, man, about that, man. I mean, unless y'all have some trepidations, you know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Because a lot of times,
not at all.
Our ladies will be like, no, don't talk about that. And I'm gonna talk about that, and then, like my uncle used to say,
real quick, you seen?
Huh?
Free. Go ahead, Free.
Oh, my uncle used to tell me, like, hey, treat your girl right, because either you're gonna buy Maybelline or Vaseline, and you want to buy Maybelline. You know what I'm saying? That's what my uncle used to tell me. Treat her right.
Yeah.
Because you're going to either buy Maybelline or Vaseline, and you want to buy Maybelline. You know, that's what my uncle used to tell me, but he was old school. But anyway, I'm a slide. Thank y'all for watching. Allow me, man. Y'all go ahead and rock. I'm going to be over on the other joint, getting Knicks fans stirred up. And then, you know, saying whatever. Y'all take your time, man. Ain't no rush. I'm gonna just be over there doing trade deadline stuff. So Y'all take your time. Just hit me up when y'all finish.
You want to talk? Hey, you about to talk? You about to talk OG Anunoby trade packages
and Tom Thibodeau rotations? Yes, sir.
Okay.
But y'all do y'all thing. Do y'all thing, man.
Okay.
Y'all do y'all thing.
Mo Bamba trade packages.
Yes. 6 first-round picks for Mo Bamba.
Oh, yeah, Chuck. It's wild, man. When you think about that whole situation, I look at it like you were saying about the whole. You got to both be adults, but somebody got to. It's a two-party thing. You're gonna lay down and do the do. Somebody got to be responsible, and I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say that. Oh yeah, I did the right thing all the time because I damn sure didn't. I'm not gonna lie and see a hypocrite but somebody's got to be an adult. You gotta be like, yo, let me pull up. People don't often think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You think about people don't think about it. You talk about STDs and all like that. You talk about kids. I remember I had an uncle put it to me like this here. You may not think about it, boy, but that baby is a STD is one of them diseases. I'm like, what you mean? Is a baby is a disease? He a disease. That baby is a disease. Oh, what you mean? It's a disease? It's a disease to your wallet. Ah, now I get your point.
Kids are expensive. Again, I said what I said because women bear the brunt of.
Oh yeah. No, I feel what you're saying, Chuck. I feel you.
Like it's like the saying now is my body, my choice. But guess what? It's your body that got to go through 9 months of cultivation, and then however many hours of delivery. Right? It's you that have to take off X amount of weeks from work. You know what I'm saying? And the father, all
you going through the hormonal changes and stuff like that.
All he has to do is be there for you emotionally, and make sure that everything that this child needs is readily available. Right?
Yep.
Now, in that situation, if you have a person who's unstable about to be your child's father, then guess what? You're going to be a miserable person unless you have the attitude of, well, I got myself into this. I got to fix this or get myself out of it or make the best of it, rather. Right? At least if you're getting married to someone or you want to marry someone, there's a process. I know that people go to Vegas every day. There's somebody right now in the chapel about to get married.
Oh yeah, they got 24 hour. They got drive-through joints over there. So
Right. So I'm not saying that marriage is the end all be all, man. like when you're married, you have an obligation. You have an obligation to your wife or your husband, however that situation of yours works. And then both of you have an obligation to the offspring that you bring into this world. It is hard to raise a family in 2 different households.
No, it is.
Right? Like, the kid might be with the mom.
It's hard enough raising your own household.
Right. But 2 different households. During the week, they're with the mom. And at the mom, there's structure, there's bedtime, whatever. But when it goes over to dad's, it's go for what you don't. There are no rules. Because he might not even be home. It might be y'all at grandma's house. you know, one of those deals. And then two, like I said earlier, and I'm really not trying to be a jerk about it, but yo, man, being a stepfather is not a glamorous job.
Oh, it's not.
Because it's a job.
Trust me. Yeah, I know that.
You feel me? Like, and it's a thankless job.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times get shot in the face with the shotgun more than anything. A grenade rolled up under him because he's the stepfather, not the father.
Right.
You know, I've seen it go both ways when it goes like that. And then as the step pop, it depends if the biological is still around. You know, he come in or whatever else and cause all kinds of hate and discontent. You know, just like you're talking about the one situation. This cat popping up over at the house at 11:30 at night talking about seeing his kids. Bro, what the hell wrong with you coming to my house at 11:30 at night? If you don't sit your in immortal words of Pimp C and Bun B UGK, sit your monkey ass down. You embarrassing us. You know. Man, coming to somebody's house like that's a problem, man. You know, a lot of cats. You get some cats, and it goes both ways. You know, this is a situation, but in the situation what you brought up, old boy was way out of pocket, and then he was lucky that your man didn't put him to sleep, not eternal sleep, but hit him with one of them soup bones and left him out there on the front porch or the stoop sleep. You know, I've seen those situations happen where the kids biological want to pop up over the house, start acting a fool because it's my kid or these are my kids, and you can't do this and you can't do that with my kids or don't have anybody around my kids. But yeah, you got whoever and whatever female, you got different one, three to four different ones in front of your kids in one day at a time. You know, cats out there like wilding out. So is that what's good for the goose is not good for the gander, even if she has a stand-up cat. But that goes to a wounded soul. There's something wrong. You know, you have some kind of within that person themselves. But it's, you know, she's suffering. She was suffering and struggling. It was all good. You can do whatever. Now that she don't need you, like I got somebody who's got her back, then it's a problem. So, but you don't do anything disrespectful like that. You know, you can work to a situation. You know, work it out. You know, this is my child. I'm gonna respect your home. I'll be over at this time. Excuse me.
Right.
At this time, like I said, my situation. I had my daughter. I had a daughter, and she lived in Vegas. I would go over there, go to Vegas on the weekends. I would go see my daughter. I would pick her up. I'd talk to the moms, pick her up. We have a time. I pick her up, and I have her for the whole day. And then if I stayed in the room, sometimes she stayed with me for the weekend or whatever. Or I would fly her over to me here in San Diego. We had to work things out.
Right.
You know, everything wasn't always smooth. I'm not gonna say it was because we had our issues and everything. But for the most part, I made it a point to make sure that, you know, you can't say that I was up over there popping up at 11:30 at night to see my child. We already had this, you know, already set. My ship pulled in. I was on the road by 4 o'clock driving to Vegas. And down, that's where I'm staying. I'll be over tomorrow by 10 o'clock. All right, cool. Pick up my baby girl. We do our thing for the day or whatever else. If she want to stay with me, then she stay with me. Then I'll get her bag. She stay with me. We get breakfast the next morning and all like that. Hang around, hang out. And I'm dropping her off by noon on my way back to Dago.
Right.
You know, because my thing is it's not just you. And see, what a lot of it is, adults make it about them and forget about the kids.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, they make it about the kids, man, and you forget these kids. The child's gonna grow up remembering how the parents interacted and thinking this is how it is. It's already bad enough that they're in a situation to split homes, but they don't need to see the bomb and pop, even if they don't like each other. learn how to deal with situations.
Because people, a lot of people aren't mentally mature, and like you said, being able to not like someone and not allow that hate for that person to spill over in your child is impossible for most folks. Again, I saw something wild on YouTube where it appeared to be a family having a gender reveal party, right? And we see a young couple together, what appeared to be a young couple, about to reveal, what the baby's gender is, or open the paper or whatever. And once the news was announced, it was a boy. Another young lady comes into frame, and she jumps and grabs the guy by the neck and kissing him on, the lips or whatever. And the pregnant woman is now having a fit. She's knocking down balloons. She's storming off in the house. People are running after her. And come to find out that the young lady that just ran and hugged him or whatever is his new girlfriend. And so the baby mama was upset that instead of the young man celebrating, the fact that he's having a son with her, but his immediate reaction was to embrace this woman that he's with, it made her irate. And for me, this whole situation is effing stupid. Like, bro, first of all, ma'am, this dude has another woman pregnant. Like, she's about to give it. You're going to a gender reveal for a baby mama of your current boyfriend.
Yeah, that's the most insane. Yeah, that's the most insane thing right there. So I just wonder how they go down when you first meet them. Yeah, you get to kicking and everything, and they say, yeah, well, let me let you know, I got a baby on the way. Okay, but we ain't together and stuff, and it's just this. So it's just the whole that what you just saying right there, Chuck. That whole situation is bad from the whole from the word go.
Yes. Like, or I've seen situations like in life, real life, Soul Finger, my brother. Dude walking hand in hand with a girl in the mall. And I know this cat. I know him. And I was like, yo, I ain't no son. Got a girl pregnant? I'm going to just say Daryl for the sake of the story. Daryl.
Yeah.
Ain't no Daryl got a girl pregnant? Hey, yo, D, what's good, man? What's going on with you, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Introduce us to the young lady. She stepped off because she went into the store that she actually came in there. So now it's just us over by this, place called Gold Valley, where everybody go get their herringbone chains from. And so we're talking, and I'm like, yo, D, when you, and he go, no, that's not my baby. What?
Yeah.
Then my brother, what the heck are you doing with her? Why are you walking through the mall, holding hands, rubbing the belly of a broad with a kid that ain't yours? like y'all were together and she got nah. She was pregnant when we first started talking. Oh, we would have been talking.
See, yeah. I mean, but I've known of cats that have done that. You know what I'm saying? That situation. You step in and be like, I'd be the daddy. I mean, but you got some cats. You want to step up, hey, that's better. That's I'm just saying, personally, I couldn't do it. But just like with me, I got an older niece. I got an older niece. I'm like I'm 4 years older than my oldest niece, right?
Okay.
And we were talking, and I told her, I said, hey, if you got more than one kid, I can't deal with you. She was like, what? That's not, you got a kid? I said, exactly, a kid, as in one. If you have one, because this is my mentality at this time because of who I was and what I was looking for.
Right.
And I was just keeping it a buck. I kept it straight up and down. I didn't sugarcoat it. I let it be known. I said, if you got one, I got one, we could do something.
Right.
You got two, I got one, ain't gonna happen. But that was me. That was me, but I was being straight. And the thing is, you got to be straight up about what you want and let people know.
Right.
And I've met some really good women that actually had 2 kids, but I was like, because of that was me. Because the simple fact is I had a daughter and I knew if I want to have another kid, I want a son.
Right.
So I'm looking at it like this. You got 2, I got 1. That's 3. I got 1 shot.
Right.
That was my thinking. I got 1 shot, and you may not want to give me a second shot if it's another girl. If it's a girl, see what I'm saying?
Right.
At least with somebody, but it just depends. But that's just the way I thought. But then too, I was thinking about it. If you got 2 kids by 2 different cats, damn sure don't even bother looking my way. That's 2 cats I got to deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then also, I'm looking at it like those 2 kids I got to deal with. Those 2 different kids. One may be cool, the other one may be whatever, or one could get the other one to turn. So, it's all kinds of things. So you got to go into the situation ready for this. Again, that's my thinking, the way I looked at it. You got 1, I got 1, we cool. Because with 1, I can kind of deal with. I can deal with 1 cat, dealing with 1, whatever, because I'm a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a baby daddy that's not going to bother you. Only thing, as long as you don't bother my child, you ain't disrespecting or hurting, harming my child, we cool. Because, when it comes to the moms, you and him got what y'all got. But that one right there with my blood in his veins, with my DNA, that's me. Y'all do what y'all do, but I'm going to be there to take care of my kid. Which, I did my thing. But let me get back to the point. When you talking about your man, he better than me because I couldn't do it. That's just me. I'm keeping it a buck.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it either. And we're all looking like, N-word, what? Like, you, bro, let me tell you something. You could be into her, but you could have got with her after she had that baby, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she ain't been going nowhere, And so you and her been together? Yeah, man, we were together last night. And I was like, yo, you and her, and she got another dude baby in her? Ew.
And I'm like, well, my whole thing is, where is he at?
Exactly, like, ew. Like, he ain't that far removed from this girl. You feel me? Like, whatever, man. Like,
was it the situation where she said, hey, I'm pregnant, and she got to talk to his other homeboy Click? You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember if it was a situation where she was pregnant and didn't tell the other dude, or the other dude, gave her the, well, it ain't mine and I ain't doing nothing type deal. I don't know, but I would at least let her wait to have the baby before me and her had a relationship like together, like you could still, talk to them on the phone, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you going around, people congratulating you and you cheesing, and this ain't your kid. Now, what I will say is that dudes like that, be having issues too, because when you're speaking to a woman, you're only getting one side of the story. You're not getting the whole thing. People in general, people in general are only going to tell you the parts
they want you to
make
hear.
them look good, right?
Yeah, it's your truth. It's your truth, my truth, and the butt naked truth in the middle.
Right. And most people don't want to be naked. So they put themselves in these lights. And I'm like, okay. There's no easy way to say certain things. You just have to be direct. Those type of guys that have these, that will do something like that, they will turn around and be like, now that the father's around, he ain't been around, what he coming to Brown down for? Like, yo, that's his kid.
Yeah.
Because that's his kid. I mean, he wasn't here, but you don't know what that situation is. You're basing it off of what she told you. But what she got to lie for? Because she don't want to look even worse than what she do now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She didn't even tell this dude that she was pregnant. They messed around. She was a side chick. They messed around, got pregnant, dipped out of town, came to stay up here with her grandma. That's how you with her. Right? But it's a whole man down there don't even know he got a kid, finds out now he wants to be a part of his kid's life. But you let her tell you whatever goofy story she told you, and you just with her.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I didn't date girls with kids because I had a bunch of friends. Oh man, male and female, were having kids like 14, 15. One of my friends, she was 12 when she had her first kid. 12.
Wow.
Yeah. Like me and that girl used to walk to school together since kindergarten. And then one year she was just gone. Nobody seen her, nobody heard from her. And then one day I'm cutting school and I walk through the park. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, cutting through the park. And I see her in the park with a kid. And I was like, oh, your mom had another kid? She your little brother? And she was like, nah, this is my son. Wowzers. So I've seen when kids have babies and the people they have babies with, the whole baby mama, baby daddy thing, I saw that firsthand. And I was like, that's not for me. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want none of them issues because they were issues.
Oh yeah. Especially when you young like that.
Right.
Hell, I was 21 and I still needed. Look, I was 21 and needed a kid. Like I needed a hole in my head. But at the time, I mean, when I had her, ain't nothing I could do about it. I had to man up. So I did what I had to do. Did I make mistakes? Yeah. But one thing I made sure is that my child, my daughter, didn't have to suffer. I went through a lot of hell because of being young and stupid. And it took me years. It took me many moons before I even decided to have another one. before I had another one. Many moons. You know what I'm saying? But you got others that's out here, excuse me, having kids like in high school. Little girl is in high school. She is a junior year. Said she she had a kid, but said the R word. It happened because of the R word, right? Then you come back, and then you fast forward. Excuse me. 2 years. Fast forward by what? 2 years, 3 years. I said fast forward about 3 years, and you had another one. Well, basically, you'd had 3 kids by the same cat. But if it was the R thing that went down, what was it the same thing 3 times? The other 2 times? See what I'm saying?
Right.
So then now you got to look at things the way they go. And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to throw it out there because that's a touchy subject, but like you said, you don't know the whole situation. You go about what some people say. Some people are just dressing up to make themselves look good.
Absolutely. I'm not out here to bash anyone. If anyone's just now joining us, thank you for joining our Vibes and Stuff Live in the morning with your host Chuck Allen, your host Uncle Freezy, and our special guest Soul Finger 1-2. We're talking about baby mama culture and the effects of baby mama culture, baby mama and baby daddy culture. Let me say that, right?
Yeah.
For the African American, I don't even like that. The Black American.
But yeah, because you know what, Chuck, I always hated it. I'll be honest, I hate that term when they get to throwing around, trying to be politically correct.
Right.
How you gonna be African and American, and you never been to Africa?
Exactly.
So I've been to Africa. So I've been born here in the States, but I've been to Africa. So does that technically make me African American? No, I'm American. Why is it? And that's the thing. And just a sidebar, real quick. We just get on my soapbox real quick. Why is everybody? Why we got to be African American? You got to have Mexican American or whatever. Why you just can't be American? So I'm saying, because the only people that can consider African American are those who are born in Africa, got the citizenship here in the States, become African American. That's all I'm saying. I hated it. I like to say, hey, we want to say I'm American. I'm a black man here in the States. That's why I put it. Anyway, hey, I ain't mean to hijack it, Chuck. That's just one thing. I appreciate you the way you put it like that. It's just that was one thing that used to burn me up. I used to have to correct people all the time. Don't call me African American. I'm American just like you, partner.
Right. But our community is affected the most by this epidemic, right? And at the way things are going, the way the world is working now, I feel sorry. You said you got a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them when they turn 21, what their dating prospects are going to be if we continue this reckless and careless behavior.
No, it's bad now, man. I look at it right now. Just look at these kids. I was like, there's no way in hell. Because the dating, with these kids, especially, I got a 16-year-old, I got a daughter, she's 16, and I'm like, your pickings are slim. Slim none.
Yes.
And this whole baby mama, baby daddy epidemic that's really, really bad amongst our people. I get tired of it because, like, in the situation, a lot of times you always hear deadbeat dad. He's not this, he's not that. There's a lot of good men out there that's trying to take care of their kids.
Right.
And that's one thing I get tired of hearing because I got homeboys, man, going through it. Let me tell you, Chuck, they going through hell.
Right.
Just to see the kid for 5 minutes. I got one homeboy right now. He was talking about, man, I'm just gonna give up my rights, man. She can just take because the mother has poisoned the child's mind against him.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, I got a homeboy going through that, man. He called, talked to me, and I was like, bro, he's like, man, I send money and I do everything. I try to get over. She won't let me see her. But his other daughter with another woman, that situation's cool. But he got one that it wasn't. That it's not like that. So she's basically what it is. The mother's mad because they didn't work out. Now she want to be with him. She gonna turn the child against him, and you see it happen a lot. Oh, your daddy don't like you. He doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't give you any money, but yet they're giving him money. But the kid doesn't know that. So, excuse me.
That's a lack of maturity. Things like I remember growing up, and when adults were talking, kids needed to shut up or not be in the room.
Yeah.
You got sent out of the room when the adults were talking something. Sit, get out. Everybody out. Right. Certain conversations shouldn't be had in front of your child.
Mm-hmm.
And you're ruining your child by spewing your hate. See, this is gentlemen. We also have to take some responsibility in these situations. Because when you horny, you're not thinking straight. When you're horny, your brain is not functioning at full capacity.
Think about it, man. You losing blood from one area to go to another area, man.
Exactly. And we've made a lot of us have made bad decisions because we were horny. Cat Williams has a great joke about, I'm just paraphrasing. You should definitely go watch one of his stand-ups. But he was like, guys, they be, talking to these bras in the club, taking them home, sleeping with them, and now they got a baby by banana cream pie. And I'm like, okay. He says, before you take that raggedy so-and-so home, go in the bathroom, go in the stall, and jerk off. After you do that, you go back and look her in the face. And if you still feel the same way you felt before you bust that nut, then you proceed with the evening. And I remember just like dying laughing at that. And I was like, you know what? There's some truth to that. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna go in the bathroom stall in the club and beat my meat. but I get what he's saying.
I get his point, yeah.
I totally get what he's saying, because you'll end up putting your penis in anything, especially being a young man, a teenager to young adult man, under 25.
Young man with a car, a couple of dollars in his pocket. You don't have to worry about going home, got your own spot. Oh yeah, man. I mean, look, for me to sit up here and say I didn't make some dumb mistakes, I'd be lying. I'm gonna be a hypocrite. Because I got to like, oh man, what was I thinking about that one? Woo.
Right. Exactly.
And then you put some oil in them too. Oh, what? Long Islands and whatever else. I moved on from Long Island's to double shot rums and Coke. You get about 7 to 9 in me. Oh yeah, I'm primed and ready.
Wait, say that again.
I said you give me about 7 to 9 double shot rum and Cokes. Oh yeah, I'm primed and ready.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Drinking like a man. Look, I used to drink like I was Submariner, man.
Yeah, man. Like, that's another thing, man. We will take these inhibitors, whatever your vice, but we'll take these things, we'll quote unquote set this mood, get us in a place, and it will go what we think handling business. And boy, when you're done, you're like, oh man, I can't believe it's
Yeah, you walking around like you hit yourself with the Dallas. Afterwards, you kind of hit yourself with the Diamond Dallas Page self high five.
Because man, you listen, and now you have this thing over you because you know you shouldn't have been sleeping with the like. Oh, man, I've whispered in homeboys' ears like, yo, bro, you sure you about to go home with her? Yeah, man, you don't see that? You don't see that thing? She dragging a wagon, boy. Yeah, and she also looked like Swamp Thing in the face.
Hey, but once you had that oil in you, you be like, you know what? When one mind turned off, the other one turned on. You be like, hey, man, like, hey, and this is gonna be, and this is gonna sound so. I mean, it's been told, and maybe this is me being from the South, but everybody like nobody know what you're looking for. How everybody look in the dark, or
right.
That the pillar gonna see the face. I ain't gonna see the face.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
You know, I mean, but it's just one of those deals, man. You know, we've all made mistakes. This is how you carry on and learn from your mistakes, man. And you don't want to get caught up being in those certain situations. I did, you know. Me and my daughter in Vegas, you know, her mom's is always, you know, hey baby daddy, and I'm like, hey baby mama. That was our little joke between us. But you know, I know what I am. I know what I was. You know, today my baby girl is, and I still call her baby girl. She's 28 years old. She's a grown woman. Granted, she's a grown woman, but she's still my baby.
Right, of course.
And I get on her about some stuff like she, you know, she tell me, Dad, you ain't got to do this. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. You still my child. I said, you 28 years old or you 128 years old. You still my baby. I'll take care of you to where I'll do what I need to do. Know what my grandbabies need. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you what I want to send you. Damn it.
Right.
You know, that's you know, you had to throw that in to get that authority across on them, you know. So we laugh about that. But I've seen situations, you know, before. Like I've seen it on both sides, and it's just a jacked up situation, man. I saw what my man Chef and what Chef put in there. You know, sometimes it goes that way. You can get you meet a situation where you have you meet a young lady that has a child already, and the pop was, you know, we talking about deadbeat pop, but you come in and take care of everything. You know, you get a cat that comes in and be a winner. You know, deadbeat don't have nothing to do with the child until they're older. And then the child don't want nothing to do, and they're telling them, I know situations, I've seen situations firsthand where the kid was like, you're not my father. You're not my dad. He's my dad. You're like, you just Paul.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dad. James is my dad, but you Paul. They call him Paul. Who's that? Oh, that's Paul. Who's Paul? Well, they break it down. Well, that's my biological. Well, that's my dad over there. You know, and to have a kid say that in front of that biological, to see the look on their face, and the only thing I can say is like, bro, you did that to yourself.
Pretty much.
But then you have the flip side when you have the mother, and I've seen a situation where the pop has to take care of the child, and the moms want to come around act a fool, but then there's another woman that comes up and steps up, take care of the child too. So you know, just you know, it goes both ways. So for anybody, especially, and this is mainly privy to anybody that's listening, say, "Oh, you woman bashing, or you man bashing." No, it goes both ways. Chuck said that already at the beginning of the show, along with Creed. It goes both ways. But this conversation is strictly the baby mama culture. Excuse me. It's like you get a lot of these women that want to be baby mamas, and I don't need a man to do this. I don't need nobody to do this. Okay. But when Lamangelo getting out of line, what you doing then? Oh, you take your son. No. And a lot of times you hear in some situations, Chuck, and I know you've seen this one, just like your sorry ass daddy.
Right.
That's not doing the kid just because you got beef with the kid. Father doesn't mean you to do that and have that reflect on the kid.
Right. I think also folks have to get to know each other longer.
Yep.
Like there was a thing not too long ago called courtship. Like there was
I knew you went to it, yeah.
Where you guys go out on a date or two, right? Then after that, there was the dating stage. Okay, y'all going places together, right? Y'all doing things together. Y'all going to events. Y'all going over to cookouts and things like that. Maybe not family yet, not family cookouts, but y'all meeting places and y'all doing things. Then there's the exclusively dating. Hey, you ain't seeing nobody else. I ain't seeing nobody else. It's just us, right? And then from the exclusively dating, engage, marriage. Most of these stages get cut out.
Oh yeah, it goes from hey, let me get your number to slapping cakes to yeah, that's my girl to or you slapping cakes and baby.
Yes.
All the other stuff is in the mix because you don't get to know one another. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said, courting. That's oh, you talking some old stuff, but a lot of that stuff is out of, and then even with the term dating, because if you dating, people don't understand what dating is. Dating don't mean you laying up with everybody.
Right.
Not everybody you go out with, you knocking them down.
Right.
I've been with some that, I may have knocked them down, but then there was some I was still going out with. We just kicking it. We didn't do nothing. Go to a movie, go get something to eat, we get to talk and see what's going on.
Right.
Excuse me. So people don't understand, and you start whittling away, but try to keep it 100 with everybody. Like, hey, look, man. Like my lady, when I first met my lady, I told her, I said, look, man, I don't need nothing, I don't want nothing, I'm not looking for nothing. We can go out, we can hang out.
Right.
If you hang out with somebody, if I see you out in town, see you out and about with somebody else, I'm not gonna trip. I'm gonna hit you the head nod, hit me later if you want to, or whatever. But I'm doing me. But as you get to know somebody and you're like, you know what, I kind of like this person, you start whittling, I started whittling others away.
Right.
And then it's like, hey, look, man, I ain't dealing with nobody else but you. So, what's happening? What's going on? They turn up, well, you're the only person I've been seeing. Bet. All right, well, I guess that's what it is. It's me and you. Or whichever way you go about asking about it, But people think like, oh, they've been you've been seeing me for 6 months. We need to be talking about getting married. And it don't work like that for everybody. Some people want to microwave this stuff. You've been going out for 3 months and now you want to get engaged.
Well, see, these are conversations that you should be having in the courtship phase, because if this is your end goal, and it should be everyone's end goal to be with, that one person they're gonna be with for the rest of their life. All right, you want to get married. So these are questions that you should be asking in the beginning, like what your views are on marriage. Not when you're going on dates. Dates and dating are two different things. I know those words seem like they're synonymous, but
two different things, man.
Two different things. Like we're just going here. to this restaurant or to this event together because I'm trying to get to know you. And that date may yield nothing. That date may yield 2 or 3 more days. Right? But that's it. Right? I'm talking about when you're in the dating phase. All right, well, you're not with nobody. You're not seeing nobody exclusively. I'm not seeing anybody exclusively. So what we doing? Oh, okay. So we're going to be together, but we're going to be together with the intentions of what? What is the end goal? Like you gotta have a goal to reach. You can't whatever, because then whatever will happen. Oh man, we just went with the flow. Like yeah, you can go off of chemistry or whatever, but when you have a plan, you know exactly. When you have a direction, you know what you're doing. Is that not what we say about the Knicks? Pick a direction
and go. Yeah,
right. If we just effing, then say that.
Yeah,
because I won't get emotionally
attached. Yeah,
attached if we just effing, right? Oh, this is just my friend. Well, friends don't have sex with each other.
No,
they don't. So, y'all are more than friends. Oh, we're friends with benefits. Sure, if that makes you feel better, yeah. Because y'all just anyway. I think people need to go through these phases to learn people because guess what? I hear a lot of men and women. Yo, they're not the person I thought they were. Well, how long y'all been, together? 3 months. 3 months, and you let some dude bust a nut in you?
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you didn't think to say, yo, maybe I shouldn't be smacking cheeks with a broad raw. And this is my second night meeting her. Like we hung out last night, and this is the second time we're together. Like you don't think something fishy with that? Like if you open your door, if you went outside your house right now, out there in sunny San Diego, and there was a cake on the steps. I mean, just out in the open, just a cake on the steps. You want to eat that cake?
Well, hell to the no.
They're like, man, hell no. And this is my favorite too. What, man, hell no.
No.
You would have walked through that house. Hey, babe, you put this cake out here? One of y'all kids put this cake out here? Whose birthday is it? Like, what's going on? Like you're questioning, why is this cake? Yo, you got to ask yourself sometimes, man. But we be so horny as men, we don't be thinking straight. Oh, man, what are you questioning that for?
She kicking me rhythm, son.
Yeah, man, you gotta, man, you're bugging, you're tripping.
And then there's the ego with it too, though, Chuck. The ego.
Yeah, man. But we say all the time. People say all the time. A few minutes of pleasure could be a lifetime of pain.
Man, yes, sir. And other than other creepy crawlers on your knapsack, a child can do the same thing. Hit that pocket. You paying child support until they're 18. But after that, you dealing with all kinds of stuff, man. You got to think about Not just the child, just all the other stuff that comes along with it. Was this the person? Because it was all cool when y'all just smacking. But the minute you didn't want to go left, you went right, and then things went the way they went, and then all of a sudden somebody come up, oh no.
Yeah. I have a question for the chat. Anyone can answer this question, but I'm particularly talking to the single folks out there. How often do y'all get AIDS, HIV tests, STD, STI checkups? I ain't talking about because you got them or anything like that. You go get tested to make sure that you got a clean bill of health. Good morning. The reason I'm asking this is because most people don't go get checkups.
That is true. Right?
When they go to the clinic, it's because something happened. Something's on fire, something leaking, something smelling.
Got some weird bumps and lumps in places they shouldn't be.
Right. You got itchies, creepy crawlers. Now you want to
scratchy.
Right. How many people go on a regular, like, to know what their status is? The reason I'm asking is because I came across a story. I want to say, was it this year or last year? But it was some social media person or IG model who has been seen in places with different stars. Maybe she wasn't with those particular stars, but she was in the entourage, right?
You're not talking about the one that came up HIV positive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she has full-blown AIDS.
Yeah, man.
When was the last time you heard of anybody with full-blown AIDS? This ain't the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, man.
They have all these immune suppression drugs where you would people who were HIV positive won't even have a positive test. They can't even transmit the virus
anymore, yeah.
As long as they take that medication, right? So knowing this, I know that there is a subset of people who have contracted this thing, but take this medication and never disclose, hey, this is my sexual history, right? And meanwhile, there's someone having unprotected sex with that person. And like I said, as long as you're on that medication, you the transmission of the disease, of the virus,
almost next to nothing.
Right. And so, and I have a conspiracy theory about this medication, but I ain't gonna do it on here. Because if you can make a medication that can suppress it, you could definitely make a medication that can cure it. But there's no cure. I mean, there's no money for the cure. There's no money in it. The money is in the pharmaceuticals that keep you coming back. So
yeah.
Okay. Right. There's no profits in the cure. Right.
No profit in the cure. I mean, all this stuff out there, there's no profit in it. It's just enough to string you along, just to keep you coming back. You got to make the money. Think about if you had a cure for all this, people wouldn't be filthy rich, making money hand over fist.
Exactly. Salute to Anna in the chat. Thank you for stopping by Vibe and Stuff live in the morning with your host Chuck Allen, Uncle Freezy, Indisposed, and our special guest Soul Finger 1-2 in the building. I think it's important. I think it's important to get tested because people live trifling lives. They're not going to tell you everything.
Exactly.
And to be running around, as a matter of fact, there was even someone of the LGBTQIA plus something. I think I said that right. Where he too was someone who was HIV positive, but is on the medication, and he felt like he didn't have to disclose that information to anyone. And there was a whole big thing. Well, maybe not a big thing, but it was a thing where there were videos made. I didn't watch any of the videos after the first one because I was like, nah, you should probably tell someone. You should definitely tell someone.
Mm-hmm.
You should definitely tell someone because, like we've stated, if you continuously take this medication, you won't transmit this to someone else, right? That is a conversation that you can actually have with someone, and someone can say, okay, well, all right, if you can't give it to me, then sure, let's go to the doctor, let's just make sure it didn't go from there. But people are selfish and people want what they want, right? I want to still be sexually active, so I'm not going to tell you it's your responsibility.
You know, the thing, Chuck, what got me is, you know, during my time in service, I was a corpsman, and I was stationed in the highest chlamydia rate area for the most chlamydia in the state of California area. And what you were saying is guys, cats never came in to get checked. Just a precaution. It was always after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so cats come in leaking and all this stuff after the fact. And it's, you know, times are different. Times are different because the information was at hand. You know, I came up at a time when you didn't talk about, you know, the main talk we used to get was dealing with the police. You didn't think about, you know, putting on a gym hat or a condom. You know, I said the profession, be professional with it, put on a condom.
Mm-hmm.
Some, you know, for those people with the bow-legged tongue, call it a condominium. But the information is there, and I used to do STD briefs like crazy, man. And as soon as we did a brief, even when I got on ship, do a brief. Hey, we pulling into this port. This is there. This is there. This is there. This is there. I actually had a cat come up tell me, he said, "Man, that's a lie." I was like, "What?" He said, "That's a lie. Y'all just telling us that to scare us." And I said, you know, I gave some real colorful adjectives to start off with. And then I set him down and I started showing him the pictures and breaking it down to him. Then he went white as a sheet. But the thing is, what got me before then was, this is how he said, "Man, my uncle and my daddy told me how to tell, because I can tell." I said, "What? I can do a test. I can tell." He said, "What? How you tell?" He said, "I get some lemon juice, put on my finger, and I take it." And she screamed, then she got something. I said, "Fool." Yeah.
That's terrible information. I got bad information like that too from people that didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know. And I told him, I said, "Man, somebody should lick their hand and slap 7 shades of shit out of all of you." Excuse my French. I said, "Bruh, you ever had lemon juice? You ever cut on your hand and notice how lemon juice burns?" Like, yeah. I said, "Now put that in the head of your helmet and see how that feel." Anybody scream, it's acidic, fool. I said, but you know, but then I had to catch myself and had to educate this cat, you know. And then and the thing about it is us as a people, this is kind of information that we got. This is how we used to teach one another.
Right.
But giving bad information like this. You know what I'm saying? So Now everything's at the right at fingertips. But the diseases are still there. Times has changed, but the diseases are still there. If not, the diseases have gotten and mutated to an extent. I mean, excuse me. To see the stuff that's going on out there, man, Chuck. And I've seen some stuff, man. I've seen some stuff. I'm like, oh my God, man, what? You need to put that on your W-2 for dependents. What you got going on down in your pants?
Oh man, yuck.
Yeah. So you got cats out there, but it's the education piece, and amongst our community, it was lacking thoroughly.
I absolutely agree with that. I think that we lack information, and a lot of us would rather be the ostrich with the head in the sand.
Yeah.
Than deal with things head on. So Anna said, had a friend think she picked up a decent fella. Turned out he gave her herpes. She was devastated and scared after that. I'm reading the part about your brother and the scratch and sniff. I'm not laughing at your friend with herpes. That's horrible. And this is why you must be careful. You must be very careful with folks. And if someone is offended because you say, hey, let's go get tested together, that's a red flag. Like, I'm out. What, you don't think I'm clean? That has nothing to do with what I think. I want to know. Don't you want to know? People can tell you anything. People will sell you a boat and never seen a boat before. Listen, man, there are I believe over 100 different types of contraceptives. There's no excuses. I've heard this saying before. Yo, you've never been in a situation and you just had to. Sure. I've been in situations like that. And I've definitely been like, nah, I'm cool. Nah, I'm cool. Especially if it was with a young woman that I wasn't 100% about. Meaning I didn't know really, like, she's cool, but I don't know. So if I sleep with her unprotected, there is a great chance that she could get pregnant. And is this person the kind of person I want to have a baby with?
Well, you know what's crazy, Chuck? I knew cats. Their main reason for strapping up, and they never said nothing about STDs. They said, I just don't want to have a baby. But I mean, if that's going to keep you from having a baby and keep you, because even then you're still not 100%, but it greatly reduces. But right. I was like, I had to give you respect. You don't want to make a baby? Cool, I get you.
Right. And then two, I'm thinking, how many other people were able to hit this raw? As you just throwing it at me like this. I ain't talking, yo, we're in that courtship stage where we're thinking about possibly moving into that area of getting engaged. Like we're serious enough about each other, and it's just one of those things where you just run out of condoms and you take a chance. I've been in that. I've definitely been in that situation before, and it was praying. It's random people.
It's like, human, human nature.
Go have sex raw with somebody you met. Yo, young ladies that are out there, and I guess this applies to young men too, who's into that in that lifestyle. If you don't want something in your private area infected, you definitely don't want something in your mouth that's infected. And y'all, for the adults in the room, you understand where I'm going, right? Because man, I seen a chick when I was in high school, bro. A chick had some stuff around her mouth. I was like, yeah.
well, see, people, it's I got a cold sore. You try to dress it up. Cold sore, that's still herpes. You got herpes simplex 1, herpes simplex 2, just different location. We had a situation where this is up in 29. We had these two Marines that came in.
Yes.
And both of them, well, actually, no, it was a group. It was like 4 of them. Right. And basically y'all said, well, we use, they use condoms and everything, right? And one guy said, I didn't actually have sex. I didn't do anything. She just, he topped them off. As you say, gave him, whatever. Because at first he was the last one to come in. She was like, what? So all you guys use condoms? Said, no, I didn't have sex. She did this. I was like, oh, really? Well, fast forward, turns out that woman they picked up actually had gonorrhea in her throat.
Oh, bro. I want to throw up in my mouth right now. Yo. But that's real, man. Like, yo.
Yeah, so it's out there. When you get to talking about it, it make you not even want to do anything with anybody. So I mean, you just got to be careful about what you do. I mean, and I'm not gonna sit and be a hypocrite. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite because I've done some. I'm thankful to see 50. I did some dumb things in my life that I was like, oh Lord, I have medical knowledge because of what I did. So first thing I did was make sure I took care of what I need to take care of on my end. All right, cool, that's good. But I still ran myself on antibiotics. Ran antibiotics and everything on myself just to be cool. And I was like, I can't do that again. And that's when I realized, hey, you going out to a spot and you getting full of that oil the way you're not making the proper judgment, man. You're not thinking in the right mind. Inhibitions come loose. I don't care how fine she is. Like BBD said, don't trust a big butt and a smile. And in the case for women, don't trust big smiles and some muscles at all the times. You got to be responsible. At least strap up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because people listen, man, people aren't clean. Yes, and I do remember when the lawyer came into the courtroom crawling in bed bugs. That is disgusting.
Wow.
That is disgusting. You don't know. Like, I can say for sure, bro, you got an infestation in your house because you brought them to court, and I'm gonna chalk that up as you being filthy. And see, these are the things you got, like, you don't know about. You don't know about folks. You don't get to see. Man, I'll save that story for another day. But I saw something extremely disgusting one night in a club parking lot. I was like, man.
That bad,
huh?
That bad, huh?
Well, yeah, because the person was the young lady was very attractive, and she was very curvaceous.
Yeah.
And she had on a somewhat revealing outfit. I know that she has on a thong because when we were in the club and she was throwing it, you could see.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So let's say she was getting a lot of attention, and so I'm about to break out anyway because I'm trying to get to the Waffle House before this thing closed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want it to be packed. I want to get my food. I want to get out of there. So we're dipping, we're leaving, and I see Shorty walking towards her car, right? And it just so happens we're parked not too far away from where she's parked. Well, at least I thought she was parked. Shorty was taking a dump in the parking lot, yeah.
Wow. 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 That's all I can say about that one.
And so let me explain. So like she's wearing this very short like sequence dress, right? With the matching little small pocketbook, like small little rectangle joint. Yo, there ain't no tissue in that. There ain't no tissue in that pocketbook, man. Not enough for butt wiping, bro. Maybe to clean your nose, fix the makeup. Not for that.
Yeah, not for that. Not if you over there dropping cow mounds and Lincoln logs. It ain't gonna happen.
I was like, yo. Yo.
Look, hey, little fantasy you had was all shot. Hey, it was all shot. Now you're like, oh,
right.
I don't even want to go to the Waffle House. I'm going home. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I mean, she must have had a lot to drink to be able to just drop like that. I mean, bruh.
What? Okay. Anna says, I live in the downtown. I'm sorry, I don't got my glasses on. Core. Wait. Can you see that? Soul Finger? Okay, downtown core. Came home to find 4 youngins outside of my door. 2 are sucking face. One girl sucking face stops and asks the fella she's sucking face with what his name is. Oh boy. Yeah, man. Like we quick to get physical with folks that we don't even know. And then when you get a STD, STI, or someone is pregnant, then it becomes everyone wants to be a victim. Well, I didn't know she was crazy. I didn't know he was this person. Well, y'all didn't give each other a chance to get to know each other.
Mm-hmm. You sucking face, don't even know their name.
Come on, man. You kissing on somebody, you don't know their name. That's one thing I don't like doing. Like I used to see dudes in the clubs busting slides with bras they just met. And I'm like, yo, man, she could have had a whole foot long in there, man.
Man, look.
I mean, literally,
you, man. But man, you seen it all the time, man. I bet, boy. I'll be like, hold on, man. Fifth Fleet just pulled up out of here, bro. Oh man.
Yeah. Basically, all I'm saying to those who are just now joining us, Vibes and Stuff Live in the morning with your host Chuck Allen, your host Uncle Freezy, who's at Dispose right now, and our special guest, Soulfinger12 in the building. My main message to everyone that's out there, listen, be smart, be safe. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse just because, like, I have stories like that for days, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Of how you don't know a person, like all you do is judge from an outer appearance of folks, and we get caught up in the physical, and never take into account what kind of person is this behind closed doors. Like that young lady was turning heads in that club. She turned my head. Like, who is this with this dress on looking like this? And bro, like, took a dump in the parking lot by a car that obviously wasn't hers, because like you would at least went in the glove box to get some tissue. She did not wipe. I watched this girl not wipe her ass.
I mean, at least get out of the parking lot.
Right. And I know some of y'all saying, why would you be watching that? Because we're getting in the car. We're getting in the car, and now we're trying to think like, yo, because if we crank up and turn on these lights, like everybody gonna see her out here taking the dues.
And so you know what I used to roll with cats. They would have been they'd have turned on their amp as in their loud voice and put her on Front Street, put her on blast. I just know cats like that. I know you know cats like that too, Chuck. It's just crazy, man, that somebody would do that, you know.
Yeah.
I understand sometimes. Hey, the thing is, you left a facility, and I get it. You don't want to be embarrassed because you in the club taking the gangster, as my man was saying. But hey, you gotta go. If it's that bad, how about you leave and go somewhere else and do what you got to do?
Like here's the thing. This club is really a bar, right? And then after a certain time, you know, then the DJ comes in and then they'll start charging to get in. But if you go before 7 o'clock,
it's free.
It's free. It's, you know, happy hour.
We got a spot like that. Yeah, we got a spot like that out here. Get in before 6, happy hour.
Right.
Anytime after that, oh yeah, you got to pay.
And so there are restaurants, like there's a Burger King on the other side of the parking lot, and I was like, well, maybe like giving her some, yo, bro, I done had to boo-boo, man, and not be home, and like, yo, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna have to go in this nasty bathroom, bro.
Yeah, that's when you test out your quad. That's when you test out your quads, hands, glutes.
Like I got the one hand holding and then squatting, and like something gotta happen. So I'm like, okay, you gotta give her. I'm gonna try to give her a break. But Shorty was wearing a thong. I told you she was throwing that thing, and you could tell she had a thong on because you saw nothing but raw butt cheeks, right? Little old string up in there. This is what she had on. So you know what if she ain't wipe her butt, where that string was going.
Oh yeah, boy.
Bruh. Like that changed so much for me that night. Dealing with chicks after the club. That made me change how I approached it. Like, yeah, bro, you don't want to go home with the girl that was on the floor dancing on her head and dancing to every song. As soon as you get them clothes off, it is going to smell like the seaport.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Harry Halibut.
Yes.
You see, my thing. See, I was always the cat. Like I said, I would go because I was never a dancer. You know, I go because I like to people watch. So my club days, I actually people watch. I get me a drink, and I sit and I just laugh because I'm watching the same thing unfold. And it's the same thing over and over. I remember last time I went to this spot, man. This cat had on it, and it was a bunch of there was some diesel cats in the spot, and this cat had on, and he was he was tatted up,
Right.
and he was in there with a sweater vest.
Okay. I already pictured this dude, but okay, go ahead.
And a fedora. He had on a sweater vest
Oh,
and a fedora. No shirt, just a sweater vest.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know this guy.
Back
I know this guy
again.
well.
Yeah. Go back again. Same cat with a vest. Or slack stuff. He diesel showing it with his tats. But he got no shirt. But he just got a vest, a suit vest. With his Mr. T starter kit. I was like, all right, bet, bro. You do you. I mean, a lot of times I was like, sometimes, my whole thing is like, see, you can tell people who have friends and people who don't have friends, because real friends will tell you, man, what the hell you think you doing going out looking like this?
Exactly.
Real
friends won't let you go out like that.
Yeah, let you go out like that, man. I was like, man. And then too, being out here in Dago, a military town, it's funny because, like I said, I like to people watch, and you can see all the you see swabbies coming in there, and there's nothing worse than seeing a cat coming in with uniform items on. Like, I see cats come in with the navy blue pants, the navy working pants, using them as some black slacks.
Peach
and a
up,
shirt.
A-Town down.
Oh, look at him!
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Freeze.
All right, man, I'm back, man.
I was saying, hey, and they have on their core frowns. They had a core frowns on in the club. And I'd be like, come on, bro, don't do that, man. Come on. Look, you get paid on the 1st and the 15th, you could go get you some hush puppies at least, man. But don't come up in and wear your uniform, your uniform shoes, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. But, a lot of people do things for an image. Like I said, hence my man with the vest and no shirt. It's just wild. And then you go home with that one joint you was thinking that was all that, and just, sweat it all over the place, coming out looking like Rocket Raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go home and don't even really know the name, just know the nickname.
Right.
And you wait, and then next thing you know, you may have got a number, instead, and all of a sudden, you, like you said, you got the itchy scratchy, or you get that call, a month or so later, like, hey, we need to talk. What you mean we need to talk? You remember when we went home after the club? Oh yeah, I remember we went home after the club, had a good time.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, you're talking about what's on the way.
Right. Yeah, man. Man, sound like y'all was getting it in, bro.
Yeah, man. We were definitely getting in. If you're just now joining us, this is Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning with your host Chuck Allen and our aforementioned host Uncle Freezy, who's back with us, and our special guest Soul Finger 1-2 in the
1-2-1-2.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up our conversation about people being a little more wise in their choices when it comes to sexual relations, because being a baby mama or a baby daddy may not be the worst thing. There are other things out there where you have to go to the clinic for. And most of these situations could be avoided if you would get to know someone and have the guts to look them in the eye like, hey, you want to get busy with me? And this ain't just for the ladies. This is for the gentlemen too. You can look a girl in the eye and be like, yo, let's go to the clinic and get tested. So I'll know what you have or don't have, and you'll know what I have or don't have. Because nowadays, they have HIV medication that as long as you take it, you won't show up positive and you won't transmit, right? And there are plenty of those people out there living as reckless as possible. Now there's some absolutely being responsible because they're a responsible human being. But there's others, well, don't ask, don't tell. And putting people's lives in jeopardy. Anna, our newbie, gave us an example of a friend who thought a guy was quote unquote clean, thought he was okay because he wore a suit and tie and maybe carried himself a certain way. Gave her friend herpes. The gift that keeps on giving, even when you don't want it to give. You don't know when it's going to give, but it's going to give. So, Soulfinger and I was just sharing some horror tales to hopefully waking up some of the listeners, and maybe you could share this for folks. Man, it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from it. You can run, but you can't hide forever, because these streets are being taken over by.
It ain't the streets, it's the sheets.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the sheets. Folks, be careful out there. Make good decisions. You are responsible. No one made you do anything, and if they did, you have a case. Go put charges on them. Go put charges on them. They need to be off the streets. They need to be in jail. So, Sophie, you got anything? You got anything else?
No, just a lot of it is just love yourself. Love yourself, respect yourself, because that's what that's a lot of what's going on now. This day and age now is so microwave. Everything is microwave. There's nothing wrong with slowing down, trying to get to know one another. I'm like I said, I'm one of them cats, man. I'm one of those cats that I like to still. I'm one of the cats that listen to the Leverts of the world when they told you, laid out the blueprint how to go from point A to point to the end goal. How you want to try to, talk to them and as you say, woo them.
Right.
That's me. The quick fix. Everybody's been through that, but I'm a firm believer. Get to know somebody, man, because you get to know them, then it'll come out for you in the long end. So it's just wild, man. So even Benny agreed.
Hey, Benny, Gaston girlfriend outside, but Benny don't know that Gaston and that girl dog is in a relationship.
Oh. Oh, you got a triangle going, huh? You, me, and Benny. Not you, me, and he, but you, me, and Benny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, you got anything? You got anything you wanna add?
Now, I just got a weird text message from my doctor saying, "Hey, man, it's time for your the colon cancer screen." And yeah, hey everybody, that was a weird text.
You know,
That's
I got
from my
that,
doctor.
yeah, I got to make my appointment. So I go and hey, and for the fellas that's listening, hey man, don't be shy. Go get checked out for that too. Hey, go get it done. I got when I hit that 4.5, I already got everything done. I got tested. Now I'm 50 and frisky, and you got to go back in and get that checked out. Take care of yourself, man, because the last thing you want to do is
It's get
find
bad
out.
news.
Yeah, this guy was on. He used to do TikToks with his son. Hispanic cat. He used to do TikToks with his son, and they will lip sync certain movies and stuff like that. Father and son.
Right.
They were on there. The father turns out he was stage 4 cancer. Got checked out too late.
Dang, man.
He was having all kinds of issues and never will get checked. And if you realize it's happening to younger men. Not just not scared because don't say, oh, that's happening when you get in your 50s. No, it's happening to cats in their 20s and their 30s, early 40s. So take care of yourself, man. Seriously, you only got one life. Try to take care of one life, one body. Take care of it. I tell because I always tell I'm telling young cats now. I go to the gym. I was like, hey, I hear you, dog. I see you lifting the gym. You in there killing it. However, you still need to stretch. You need to do this. You need to do that. Take care of your body. You need to eat. Okay, yeah, you can eat burgers and all that stuff now, but when you get to a certain age, that weight ain't gonna come off of you easy.
No.
No.
Yeah, man. I'm like Whitney Houston right now. I have nothing. I have not in terms of that. I'm talking about in terms of continuing the conversation. Because right now I'm at a point where I heard kind of like what y'all were talking about. And I think the text message I got from my healthcare provider kind of threw me off. So, what I'm saying? We'll see how things go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck,
I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, man. All right, Chuck, you ready to piece them up?
Oh, yeah. We definitely can wrap up, man. I want to thank everyone for coming through. Make sure
everybody
hit the like, subscribe, and definitely share. We want to thank Anna for coming in. This is her first time. Shout out to her. Those in the chat, man, hit the fire emojis for Anna. We appreciate everyone coming through. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, about 8:30ish. And we're going to rock. We're going to have another great topic that we can chop it up and chew. This is Vibes and Stuff Live in the morning. And we out.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Be easy.